Hello friends, today we will be starting our series on LLMs, the large language model. What does exactly the LLMs are? These are the advanced AI system that will give us the capability to develop an application which will give us the conversational human-like text, give the summarization or the translation applications. One of the framework that we will be using with the LLMs are the LangChain framework. Okay, so without wasting time, let's just start with our very first application on LLM using the LangChain framework. So before starting with that, we want to have installed two packages. One is the LangChain and one is the LangChain all. So I'm using here the Google Colab. So without any hassle, you can just give your command pip install LangChain and it will start downloading all the packages related to LangChain. And one more library package I'm importing is the pip install LangChain all. So this will give all the supporting packages. So once these two activities done, now I am ready to start my first example. So I am taking here the prompt templates for LLMs using the LangChain framework. So whenever we are creating any LLMs, first we need certain APIs. I am using here the API key from the OpenAI. Okay, so using the OpenAI, you can generate your own API key, and in this place you have to give the name of your API key. Now the question is how you can create your API key. So for that, a separate video I have created. Please watch it and generate your own API key. So now my API, once that process is done, you can mention your API key here. Now here the very first line is the user input India. So this is the input I'm giving to my large language model. This is the country name I am providing here. So my input is ready. Now I am importing two important files here from langchain.llms import OpenAI. So this is the first library I want to include for my model. Second is because I'm using the prompt template, so I'm including the prompt template as well. So these are the two imports is ready with my application. Now we have to mention which model we want to include. So you can see here API key I have mentioned here. I'm using OpenAI and its available model into this application. So this is the name of my model which I'm going to utilize through the OpenAI. Okay, so once I mention my model name and API is given, it is stored in LLM. So now we will be creating our prompt template for this, so that whenever the user is giving the input, now in this example the input is India. So when the user is giving input to this application, it will take that input and based on that it will give the result to us. Now you can see here I am writing here template equals to I am traveling to the location. The location, when I am saying here, location is the variable which is coming from the user input. So that's why it is in the curly braces and all rest of the text is written in the double quotes. So I am traveling to location, and what are the top 3 things I can do while I am there. And this is a very specific bulleted points I have mentioned here. So once my prompt template is ready, I am going to mention it here. Now you can see here prompt equals to prompt template and two things I am giving to this. Now in this section, understand very precisely, I am creating my prompt template where I am providing two arguments. First is the location, means what is the location you are giving to the prompt template. and what are the expected result you are looking for it. So I am looking for the template. This is the format in which I want to get the answer, and to describe it little bit I have mentioned it this line, right? So now my prompt is ready. User input already we have defined here. So now I'm going to the final phase. This is my final prompt. Now in this final prompt, what I'm going to tell the application is prompt.format. Prompt already we have created in this line, and now what I am saying is prompt.format location equals to user input. So in place of user input, I am giving the location that is already mentioned here, that is the India, right? So now my input to the prompt is going to send, and out of it I am getting the results. So once this user input is giving, I am getting the result. This is LLM output, and as I mentioned, the name of the country is India, so that India is sent it to the prompt, and based on that what I am asking is, I am talking about in India what are the 3 different things what you can do. So it is giving me 3 different prompts and specifying the results that in India what are the 3 important things you can do when you are going to visit there. So this is the way you can create your own LLM models. This is an example in which you can understand how you can give the input to the model, how you can create your own prompt and utilize this input to get the certain results. And in that, the thing is, models we have specified and the API key. Okay, so this is the first way which you can use to create your LLMs. I hope you will understand this. For any queries, please comment out. Thanks for watching this. In the next tutorial, we will see what are the different or multiple prompts we can create using the LLMs.